So when we have this, this is like market analysis, and this is my product. You know that, right? I've been going through that many times. Now, when you have what opportunities next to each other, and you start asking yourself, okay, so what should I choose? How can I compare apples to apples? How can I go and choose which product I want to release? Which product is better than others? So there's a quick, which product I want to test, basically. Basically an idea which product idea you want to proceed with. So what is the priorities if you want to test products out? Like, how do you prioritize your product research, your market product research to test products? So first, I always think about, like, when I do market research and trying to find Ferrari markets first, like then I try to develop products and then calculating numbers. I always think first thing is like speed. Which idea can be tested fastest way possible? I think this is number one. You know, I was today thinking about, like, okay, so even if I do really crazy research and go to the old style and spend some $9,000 on a product, and like, I was just buying, I just bought some products from Amazon myself, like just this week. And my analysis comparing products was like what? Like less than a minute. I didn't even have time to go like then I was thinking, like, me as an Amazon seller, I go and analyze like crazy this stuff, right? And then like most of the customers maybe don't even analyze. Like, it depends how much you spend. Of course, the more you spend, the more you analyze, right? But like, I was buying some $15, $20, $30 products, and I almost didn't analyze anything, you know. And then that's why I think testing product is important, because sometimes you think you will create crazy Ferrari, you will sell best product ever, but do you think people actually are reading or even watching your listing? So speed is more important. Testing out products is more important than going with crazy Ferrari. Second thing is, like, if you look at this table here, so if you think of this one, the profits, like if you think about which product you want, which opportunity you want to go with, obviously, like, profits is something to consider. And what I mean by profits is that when you're asking supplier the numbers for your product, then one question always is like, what's the price for 5,000 to 10,000 units? If you have two opportunities next to each other, and one opportunity has like a ability to go, the profit can go double if you order 5,000 units, while another product here, the profit will not double when you order large quantities, then obviously this is better, right? The first one is better. And so one thing I always consider when choosing products is also like, how much profit I can make with this. And also, like, obviously, the less people you are going against is better, because just like the piece of the pie is bigger, right? Okay, so next one, investment cost. Like, can you afford to pay investment cost of this product, right? This opportunity, right? Some like if you're testing a product and your main product will cost you 10,000. If the testing product will succeed, and next thing you need to pay $10,000, do you have money to pay that? I think that's important to understand. Then, of course, supply, demand, and proof. Like, which idea has the least opponents, highest demand, and successful latest sellers? I don't really care about successful latest sellers if there's only few products on the market. But if there's already many hundreds, then obviously it's a good indication how many sellers are doing well. While competing products, for me, is always one of the most important factors, because it's so much easier to go from page number 3 to number 1 than page number 300 to go number 1. And so yeah. But what's the point even going from page 300 to number 1 if the profit margin later is going to be crazy low and your investment cost is going to be too high? So that's why investment cost and profit goes before that, still, for me. So like you see here, profits and investment cost before that. Okay, so, and again, like, number 5, is it saturated or not? Like, can you stand out? Like, honestly, it doesn't matter what you sell. If you cannot stand out, you will never get to the top. So if you competitors are crazy cool listings that they are like 500 or more sellers there already. It is difficult that people jumping around from one listing to another, and obviously like whatever you release, and even if you create something better than others, if you don't really shine out somehow like visually shine out from them, then it's difficult. Then again, like I said, doesn't need to be so crazy. Like I said, if your test product will cost you 50 euros, let's say if it costs you 50 euros, forget all about this stuff here. Forget this slide here completely. Shut it down. Put it there. See, can you sell it? Right? If your testing product will cost you $500, well, let's look at some numbers before. Okay? Right? So if you don't really pay anything from testing a product, almost nothing, nada, and if this analysis is really not your strong thing, and by the way, guys, I made this analysis as small as possible, really, literally, it's only like 45 lines here. You can have pretty nice design. If this is already super difficult, then just try out 5 units and try to make it sell 10 units, right? If you cannot sell 10 units, what's the point? You may be really sucky in making the images for Amazon. Like maybe you don't know how to do PPC, maybe you don't know how to do SEO, maybe you don't know how to use ChatGPT, making like literally, what's stopping you to send 5 to 10 units to Amazon? You don't need to do any analysis. It's who cares? If this is difficult, forget about it. Just make sure that you don't that 5 to 10 units, like take this as a complete lottery. Like you're going to the store and buying lottery ticket. But what if it works, right? What if it works, right? So again, like this is also one option. But like if you go playing complete lottery, what I recommend, the only thing to look at is competing products, right? Competing products. Don't go after like something. Don't sell something that has thousands of sellers. Your 10 units will be lost there, right? Competing products, right? And at least some sort of demand. Like there's a complete silence if the first page is everybody is like more than 300,000 BSR, then what's the point even sending 5 to 10 units? So competing products, and if there's any type of demand, if your product is just 5 units, who cares? Just send it there. Try it out. Learn the whole thing. Learn how to make a listing, how to do PPC, learn how to make images. This experience is so much more worth than calculation and analysis paralysis here. Okay, so yeah, market is not saturated, super important. And one more thing to consider when you're thinking about like which opportunity to go with. This is not so important if your cash flow is already going, but this is just one thing I always imagine. I'm guilty not doing it. This is something like does this which idea can go into many different variations. If you have an idea that can result into lots of variables and variations, it's good. It's really good because you have instantly if this test product works, you can instantly sell so many different variables and variations of it. And this is, again, if it's also fast to get, super cool. Yeah, don't get stuck selling products to Amazon. Like I said, like sending product to Amazon is just one part. The second part is like making it happen, making pictures, making texts, making SEO, like all that stuff. It also needs to be learned. Right?
Hi, Victor. I have a query. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Hi. So Mani here. Victor,
Hey.
I hope you're well, Victor.
Hope you too.
Yeah. My query is, now we are doing product research and we came across 2 scenarios and we are not really sure which one to go with. So maybe your guidance will help us a lot. Now the first product that we see, it's a very good, so we see margins are around 40+%, and we see it's a completely new market, not many players with more than 50 reviews, and we see 4 or 5 guys doing more than 1,000 units a month. Now in that market, we see there are just 10 keywords. Now as per Cerebro, now on each of those keywords, we have more than 1,000 search volume. Now in this scenario, we are not sure if this is really a good market to enter or not, primarily because there are just 10 keywords, and on the main keyword, there is decent search volume. Search volume is more than 15,000 searches a month on the main keyword. Now we are little concerned, or we are not really sure whether to go with this product or not, primarily because this product is a little pricey product. Cost is on the higher side. Now we are just thinking, is this a really good market for us to enter, or should we really worry about availability of lesser number of keywords as per Cerebro? However, when we look into our sales of our competitors, they are just literally crushing it. Now they may not be getting.
How much is the opportunity cost? What I mean by opportunity cost is this one here. Like, can you see this table? Is the if you want to go and test it out, how much for testing? How much do you need to pay for test it out? Or you have to go and buy 300 units and this whole thing.
Each product is costing us around $10. So if we really have to test 300 units or 500 units, it'll definitely cost us $5,000 for sure.
Yeah. So
now,
can you send like 20 units, 30 units? Are you able to send 30 units? Can you get it?
With 20-30 units, Victor, I mean, the problem what we see is, now when we launch it, now certainly we do, I mean, basis our learnings, we do a proper study, and we know, okay, at this price we are offering better value than competitors, so we should be making sales. Now when we launch, I mean, we have all our PPC goals or ranking goals in our mind. Now, 10-20 units, we feel little, we just don't want to dilute. Like when we are getting in, we just want to do our research and then go with at least 300 or 500 and then give our best shot and see, because we are going with a little bit of confidence.
Yeah. Like I said, if you provide, but just make sure that there's two things of value. You said more value, right? I have more.
Yes.
We want to make sure that we're gonna have more value, right?
Yes.
So it's just reminding you we have two different types of values. Okay, let's go here. Let's look at this. We have like one type of value is that makes product attractive, more attractive.
Yeah.
Another type of value is that makes product better.
Yeah.
So, for example, this one increases sales. This one, people don't know it's better before they use it. They just don't know it's better if they use it. Like maybe you change materials, you change the position of something, maybe you change the design somehow, maybe you change the materials for the better, design for the better, but they don't really know before they use that it's better, right? Like people need to use so they know it's better, because everybody's saying my better product is best. Everybody's saying that, but and now my question is like how much money you're putting here and how much money you're putting here.
So I have an answer to this, Victor. Let's say now we see a good bundling opportunity in this product, in this market. Images are not great. Our competitors are not really good with their images. So our thought process is, at the same price, if we can get the product along with bundle, along with something that goes really well with this product, or maybe just to be within the same price range. I mean, at least basis the study or blueprint that we have done, going through competitors' reviews and all, we feel that we should test out with more number of units. But where I'm really struggling to understand is, should I really worry that there are just 10 keywords, or what is your suggestion on this?
Well, if they make 1,000 sales, 1,000 units per month, well, I don't think you should worry about demand so much than competition. You should worry about profitability and competition and supply more than demand, because you can change. Sometimes products can be sold on different type of more keywords, and sometimes these people who are selling on Amazon, they don't even know how to sell. So, and I know for a fact people who look at Amazon and, oh yeah, I will do maximum $5,000 to $10,000 with this product, but then they start selling for $170,000 per month. And again, like don't be obsessed about demand. Be obsessed about your profit and your competition, because you cannot change competition. You cannot change amounts of what. Okay, what is it that we cannot change? We cannot change supply amount, competing products. You cannot change that. Second thing you cannot change is that how well your competitors' images and bullets and how strong their SEO is done, and so how good they are in PPC. You cannot change competitors. What can we change? We can change profitability. We can always change profitability. We can do more units. We can reduce cost. We can do something. We can do that. We can also change profitability, and we can also change sales if we can. Like for example, we make the product as a gift item. Now we can also apply for gift keywords. We can maybe we can reposition the product for like more different use cases, more variables, or more different types of people. Like I don't know, like you can make hammer for women, for men, for kids. You know, I don't know. It's difficult to explain, but you can also always like keywords are markets, and you can adjust your listing based on markets. Basically, what I want to say. So you can still change the demand, and I don't know if it's also a new product that there's not many sellers. Well, that's why I don't recommend going for $5,000 at a glance. I will just okay. Let's talk about a little bit this. Let's see. How your testing product should look like. Maybe this will help. So when we calculate these numbers here, this is our perfect game. Like this is what you just described. We have like $5,000 you need to put it in. It's 300 units and that's it, right? Now, if I ask myself like, okay, so how is there any way how can I test it out first? Like the reason I'm testing is ad cost, right? Like, Panikanta, you know what happens if ad cost is through the roof and you cannot, it's going to be expensive, right?
Yes, very much, Victor. You helped us the other day.
Exactly. So, for example, if this particular product here, 300 units, is making me 23% profit margin, and ad cost is going to be $8 per unit. So, what happens now? Right? If I need to pay $8 here to make one sale, if I need to pay $8, so what happens now? And so now my all investment went to hell, right? And so that's another reason why we're testing products, to see how much I need to spend on ads to make one sale.
Victor,
because the whole game changes. This area changes then.
I have a small query here, Victor. Now, when you speak about ad costs, now initially when we launched the product, we don't have many reviews. We are not organically indexed on many keywords. Then it is expected that our ad cost will be high, right? Now, over a period of time, as our listing matures and we gain some credibility, our organic rankings improve and our ad costs will reduce. Now, when you launch, if your ad cost, when we launch, naturally our ad cost will be high at the beginning. So how do you view at this perspective?
Well, I think that it doesn't really go like crazy lower. I mean, of course, if you have thousands and thousands of reviews, right? But you still need to get going. Like you still start from 0 reviews, either with 10 units or 300 units or 3,000 units, right? You still have to go from the start. And if this is going to be like extremely expensive for you, then you have for example, if this is going to be $3, but another product is going to be $1 here, then the profit margin is going to be different now, right? Okay,
because
difficult to explain.
Yeah, because why I'm asking is we are seeing this in our launches, Victor. So your inputs will really help us. Now there is one product where our ad cost is high, but our conversion ratios is kick-ass. I mean, we have 20 plus or 25% conversion ratios.
That's
now
really
another product we see our ad cost is really low, but our conversion ratio is relatively much lower, maybe between 5 to 10%, but we are doing decent number of sales. Now it is like that is where we are. I mean, now the situation is we don't want to drop off the product which has got more ad cost, primarily because our conversion ratios are really healthy and we also have an Amazon choice. But on the other side, we have lower number of reviews. Now when we sit back and think, okay, what to do? If we look into brand analytics, we are in top 3. I mean, all that stuff is great, but ad cost is really high. Conversion ratios are really good. Now we are like, okay, let's give it one more chance. Let's get it again. Let's see. Now that is where, I mean, like when you say about ad cost, we are also seeing there is a lot of variation in our now in this example, Victor, if you get to see
Okay,
a
ad
product
cost
with
is low. Basically, ad cost is lower if your conversion rate is better, right? Right. That's what it is, right? So if you have a good listing and conversion rate is high, then your ad cost is lower, right?
true.
But sometimes the click price is still high, right?
Yeah,
The click
that is
price can
very,
be
yeah.
high. And one thing we usually cannot change is the click price. The more people advertise, the higher the click price, right? So the less people are going against you. Usually, the less is the click price. But some categories already have the higher click price than other categories. Now, conversion rate, you can always try to change that. This is one of the exams anyway, to learn how to create listings that convert. The more people you have against you, the more difficult it is for you to improve the conversion rate. Because there's many variations, people are doing crazy stuff with images, right? So if you ask me, like, which product should I go now? Should I go with the product that has more profits, or more better conversion rate, or lower click rate, or what's the question?
So the question is, I mean, conversion ratios are high. Per click cost is high. And then, I mean, in this scenario, what would you do? And it's a new launch. We just have 30 reviews, and then we have Amazon choice. When we look at the underlying metrics, and we see everything is good. I mean, best rated product, everything is good. I mean, we
As
are
long as you're
feeling
making
that.
money, keep going.
Okay. But we are not profitable yet, Victor, and I
Okay.
should be honest with that. So,
Okay.
and when you say profitability in your launches, within how many days are products getting into a profitable state?
Yeah, profitable state. Depends how much you spend, like on marketing, right, at the beginning, right? So, Manikanta, I recommend you do this. Let's take a look at your situation. Can you just send me?
Sure, Victor.
I will send you the link, because I would not want to waste everybody's time, because if I
Oh,
would
sure.
able to give people value right now to answering, but since there's so many nuances, we have to look at everything together.
Sure,
But I want
Victor.
to give this quick presentation here before we go, because you can still think about, like, how your testing products should look like, right? And there's also a question, like remember, test product does not need to be perfect in quality or being profitable. That's one thing. Doesn't need to be. Of course, if they are, it's better. But I don't necessarily mean also that you release some crap getting bad reviews. No. But it doesn't need to be perfect in quality. It means that your 300 to 500 units, this is supposed to be perfect in quality. But your test product doesn't need to be. If you just send 10 units, 15 units, whatever. What does need to be is you have to get product fast to the market. It's supposed to be easy to assemble. By the way, for test products, we don't manufacture test products, we assemble test products. And it's supposed to be easy to add value as well. Meaning that the market is not saturated. There's not many people adding different variations, different add-ons to your product. And so the way we're going to do it, the way I'm looking testing the product usually is to simply take the product that's selling well on Amazon right now. If your market is there, if saturation is not crazy, if your numbers are like okay, you can make profits if you're gonna go ordering 500 units or more, then what I'm usually doing to test products is that I'm gonna see what's selling well on Amazon, or I'm gonna look at some new version that's selling well already on the first 2 pages. Maybe someone already made product evolution there. They're going really well up. So I'm gonna try to get exactly that product from China, and I'm gonna simply add value by either adding extra products and items. This is really old school, by the way, really old school way to add value. Just to take the product that sells on Amazon, add extra item there, extra 2 items, some whatever, and show it on the main image, right? Old school stuff. Add more quantity per package, right? One is selling one product, you sell 2 products with like a little bit higher price. So people will calculate, oh, I get like, this is more on a price per one unit will be cheaper, right? Use a better package. Like if it's a gift item, you can ask yourself, maybe people are selling something on the market, but nobody's really presenting good gift box. Then the gift box is really easy to get. What I did last time, I just ordered something from AliExpress and sent to supplier. And they just packed it in that gift box. So really, really beautiful gift boxes in China and AliExpress. Really made ready, written, golden, it's a gift item, whatever. Or then, again, being better in visuals. Just being better at marketing, and I know some of the Amazon sellers will say like, oh, well, there's not so many listings available anymore that I can be better in visuals, right? I can show you in a minute that you can. And one more thing, the combination of first four together, like maybe adding little extra elements, maybe more quantities per package, or maybe using also better package, and also being better in visuals. Like this is what you want to do with the testing product, because if you can't, if guys, like this, you have to do with your main product anyway. You have to be better in visuals anyway, right? You have to have more value on the market with the main product anyway. So we're not focusing when testing product. We're not focusing on quality. We don't focus on manufacturing different version. We are focusing on simply making a more attractive listing on Amazon and see, can we sell it? If we can sell it with more attractive visual, then we start gradually improving and making the product development, right? So again, it doesn't suit for all the products. You don't need to test the product if you don't want to. But if if you don't want to go analysis paralysis, doing 9 months some crazy product development and then spending a lot of time with suppliers and spend a lot of money, like maybe you're gonna check out, can you sell the product first before spending crazy amount of time and money somewhere. And so this is like what I'm talking about, testing product. And by the way, let's go here. Can you see the table, guys? Let me know. It's table there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So one of the places where you can also see good listings was like a gifts, like a woman, for example, super crazy, like a super crazy competitive 200,000 results, right? Like if you're already here, then obviously doing something really good, right? So I'm just checking, just telling you, like showing you how like how good image is supposed to look like sometimes. So these are all I think these are photographs. I don't think these are 3D renders. But look, like how everything is somehow like they went extra mile with unity, the feeling, that how everything is combined, the patterns, the flowers below that. I mean, maybe it's not obviously it's bad. Like this is not applicable for every single category, right? But it's not only the product that they show. They're showing emotion, feeling, and somehow really different type of way. So what I want to encourage you is to try finding like some sort of like really competitive products on the market, and ask yourself like how are these people doing these listing images, right? Like and then like does your images are like all random colors in random areas, or they are also fitting together? If you go from one image to another, it feels that it's simply going like it's actually like it's lightweight on the same time. It's informative. It feels good. It has that some sort of feeling behind it that unites everything together with the same aura, same color gamma, and it's it's nice to look at, right?
It's good informational flow too.
Yeah, exactly. Good
There was one guy
flow.
from Tallinn last summer who held the presentation in Ambition, and he told that just always first think about informational flow and then only the emotional stuff. And even with branding, one should be very refrained, because it's so easy to distract and I know it's a hard way, because I used to do so many first batch Disney brands images, like I would add so much, not excessive amount of details either, but there was just so much random
Noise.
graphics there. Noise, exactly. And I tried to like impress someone.
Yeah.
And then like a week after I uploaded them, I just looked at the pictures myself, like, oh my God, this is like a funny.
Yeah, it's like
right? Yeah, and then I changed that so much, very minimalist, and had them have a little like a distinct style, so it felt more like walking through a museum as opposed to walking through a hectic marketplace. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's true. And even if you look at this image here, like it's like I said, we always need to fill as much as possible, but it's just a good composition. And probably design is this background here, this blue background with the blue dots. It's funny that, and if you scroll from here, they go from left to right somehow really simplistically again, just feeling good, and again like blue tone, like nothing special. But then again, the feeling is good. Some products is like for feelings. By the way, one more thing. First question always, is your product easy to understand or hard to understand? Like, for example, if I go to type in exploding kittens here, right? So this product, most likely, if you look at this type of box here, I don't understand even like what is it? So my first goal is I need to explain for who this product is and what that product does. So what do you see? Why these two first pictures are big letters for who and what's the value, right? So if you have a product that is not easy to understand, like whatever, something like crazy, then that's what your first goal is, always to explain who and what. Like who needs that and what, why do you need it? Like what's the benefit?
Yeah, the guy said you should always optimize for speed of comprehension.
Yeah.
Like,
But if you have a hammer, right? If you have a hammer, you don't need to say that it's for this age, right? Right?
Yeah.
If you have a hammer, you most likely are gonna go with the features, like okay, so it's done with this handle. This is done from this material. It's done for this, and then and also maybe benefits. You can whatever, it has this. You can take out old whatever, how do you use it, right? So, but easy to understand, like. It's a common sense product. It's not common sense. If it's not common sense, make sure it becomes common sense in 5 seconds after visiting the listing. If it is common sense, then sometimes, like I just showed here, some products which are like here, they are completely emotional products. You don't even need to put text here. It's somehow like just how do you want to feel looking at this product, right? So yeah, so that's why listings are different, and that's why if you never sold something before on Amazon, and if you haven't sold much, then like I said, the experience of doing these listings and making something to sell and making the conversion rate high is a like journey by itself, right? So getting a product to Amazon is one part of the journey. Making it sell is another part of the journey, and both need to be done. And so if you're stuck sending something to Amazon, you're stuck with the first part of the journey, and don't be stuck, because if you're bad in analysis, then just do something that you can. And I know for in fact, like in Estonia, one guy is sending jewelry, he's making them at home, and I was talking to him, and he just said, listen, I'm making like 30,000-40,000 per month, and I just sent few items that I had at the beginning. I had no idea will I sell them or not. And they start to sell. My problem is that I can't manufacture so much I can sell. But did he do any analysis? Like went through some crazy? No. But why? Why did he didn't need to do that? Because he only sent few items. His investment cost for product was almost nothing. And if it's almost nothing, you feel that you're not good in analysis and talking to suppliers and getting your numbers down before you go all in with anything, then fine, just send 5-10 units, see what's going to happen. Maybe something happens and you see, holy shit, next day it's gone. So yeah, anyway, so that's something to consider. Let's see what else we have here.
There's some wild products on that search.
I want also tomorrow I want to discuss about, next time I want to discuss about how to use ChatGPT better for Amazon. This is really cool stuff, For example, you can literally like with you can, guys, do you know that you can download all reviews for this product, whatever product, you can download all reviews, and you can ask ChatGPT to, based on reviews, or then based on questions people are asking. Like, let's see, okay, let's say I have a product on Amazon already. I can ask, based on the questions, does my listing answer these questions naturally or not? Right? So, or based on reviews, what should I improve on my listing? Based on reviews, can you tell me what are the most common complaints to least common complaints on my listing? And it will tell you, and it will also tell you, like, okay, based on reviews, this is what you need to do to fix the product, make it better for next order. So it's super cool, and it can be done automatically. So this is next time. So yeah, whoever. Next time I'm gonna show you this. Today is already 1 hour past, so yeah, cool. So you can do blueprint, like do that product development, product analysis already with with the ChatGPT already super fast and simple. So yeah, it's cool stuff. We have this technology nowadays.